Hello everyone. Today in this video we will study topic about the revolutions 1830 to 1848, and this topic is third part of your history chapter 1, the rise of nationalism in Europe. So let's start this video with this topic, the age of revolution. So, in July 1830, Bourbon king was overthrown by the liberal revolutionaries who installed a constitutional monarchy with Louis Philippe at its head. Means, as conservative regimes tried to consolidate their power, liberalism and nationalism came to be increasingly associated with revolution in many regions of Europe, such as the Italian and German states, the provinces of the Ottoman Empire, Ireland, and Poland. These revolutions were led by the liberal nationalists belonging to the educated middle class elite, among whom were professors, school teachers, clerks, and members of the commercial middle classes. The first upheaval took place in France in July 1830. The Bourbon kings, who had been restored to power during the conservative reaction after 1815, were now overthrown by liberal revolutionaries who installed a constitutional monarchy with Louis Philippe at its head. When France sneezed, Metternich once remarked, "The rest of Europe catches cold." The the July Revolution sparked up an uprising in Brussels, which led to Belgium breaking away from the United Kingdom of the Netherlands. In 1821, Greeks struggled for independence. So, this sentence meaning the July Revolution sparked an uprising in Brussels, which led to Belgium breaking away from the United Kingdom of the Netherlands. An event that mobilized nationalist feelings among the educated elite across Europe was the Greek War of Independence. Greece had been part of the Ottoman Empire since the 15th century. The growth of revolutionary nationalism in Europe sparked off a struggle for independence amongst the Greek, which began in 1821. Nationalists in Greece got support from other Greeks living in exile and also from many West Europeans who had sympathies for ancient Greek culture. Poets and artists lauded Greece as the cradle of European civilization and mobilized public opinion to support its struggle against a Muslim empire. The English poet Lord Byron organized funds and later went to fight in the war, where he died of fever in 1824. Finally, the Treaty of Constantinople of 1832 recognized Greece as an independent nation. I hope you all understood this topic. Next, we will study topic about the romantic imagination and national feeling. So, culture played an important role in creating the idea of nation. Art and poetry, stories and music helped to express the shape nationalist feeling. So, the development of nationalism did not come about only through wars and territorial expansion. Culture played an important role in creating the idea of the nation. So, dear student, first I will tell you meaning of romanticism. So let us look at romanticism means a cultural movement which sought to develop a particular form of nationalist sentiment. Romantic artists and poets generally criticized the glorification of reason and science and focused instead on emotions, institutions, and mystical feelings. Their efforts was to create a sense of a shared collective heritage, a common culture past as the basis of a nation. Other romantics such as the German philosopher Gottfried Herder, who has 1744 to 1803, claimed that true German culture was to be discovered among the common people, means das Volk. It was through folk song, folk poetry, and folk dances that the true spirit of nation was popularized. So, collecting and recording these forms of folk culture was essential to the project of nation building. The emphasis of vernacular language and the collection of local folk, folklore was not just to recover an ancient national spirit but also to carry the modern nationalist message to large audience who were mostly illiterate. This was especially so in the case of Poland, which had been partitioned at the end of the 18th century by the great powers like Russia, and Austria. Even through Poland, no, even though Poland no longer existed as an independent territory, national feelings were kept alive through music and language. Karol Kurpinski, for example, celebrated the national struggle through his operas and music, turning folk dance like the Polonese and Mazurka into nationalist symbol. So Polonese and Mazurka just like a folk dance type of folk dance. So next, the language also played an important role in developing nationalist sentiments. So, language too played an important role in developing nationalist sentiments. After Russian occupation, the Polish language was forced out of schools, and the Russian language was imposed everywhere. In 1831, an armed rebellion against Russian rule took place, which was ultimately crushed. Following this, many members of the clergy in Poland began to use language as a weapon of national resistance. Polish was used for church gathering and all religious instructions. As a result, a large number of priests and bishops were put in jail or sent to Siberia by the Russian authorities as punishment for their refusal to preach in Russian. The use of Polish came to be seen as a symbol of the struggle against Russian dominance. So I hope you all understood this topic, the romantic imagination and national feeling. Next we will study topic hunger, hardship and popular revolt. So Europe faced economic hardship in the 1830s. The first half of the 19th century saw an enormous increase in population all over Europe. So the 1830s were year of great economic hardship in Europe. The first half of 19th century saw an enormous increase in population all over Europe. In most countries, there were more seekers of jobs than employment. Population from rural areas migrated to the cities to live in overcrowded slums. Small producers in towns were often faced with stiff competition from from imports of cheap machine made goods from England, where industrialization was more advanced than on the continent. This was especially so in textile production, which was carried out mainly in homes or small workshop and mechanized was only partly mechanized. In those regions of Europe where the aristocracy still enjoyed power, peasants struggled under the burden of feudal dues and obligations. So, the rise of food prices or a year of bad harvest led to widespread uh, poverty in town and country. So, the rise of food price or a year of bad harvest led to widespread pauperism in pauperism means poverty in town and country. So, in 1848, shortages and widespread unemployment brought the population of Paris out on the roads. So, barricades were erected, and Louis Philippe was forced to flee. A National Assembly proclaimed a republic, granted suffrage to all adult males above 21, and guaranteed the right to work. National workshops to provide employment were set up. Earlier in 1845, weavers in Celsia had led a revolt against contractors who supplied them raw materials and gave them orders for finished textiles but drastically reduced their payments. The journalist Wilhelm Wolff described the events in a Celsian village as follows. So carefully listen this story, um, who wrote by the journalist Wilhelm Wolff. So in this village with 18,000 inhabitants, cotton weaving is the most widespread occupation. The misery of the workers is extreme. The desperate need for jobs has been taken advantage of by contractors of reduce the price of the goods they order. So on 4th June at 2 p.m., a large crowd of weavers emerged from their homes and marched in Paris the up to the machine of their contractor demanding higher wages. They were treated with scorn and threats alternatively. Following this, a group of them forced their way into the house, smashed its elegant window panes, furniture, Brooklyn. Another group broke into the storehouse and plundered it of supplies of cloth which they tore to shreds. The contractor with his family fled with his family to a neighboring village, which, however, refused to shelter such a person. He returned 24 later, having re- re- res- recused. uh, he returned 24 hours later, having requisitioned the army. In the exchange that followed, 11 weavers were shot. Okay, so I hope you all understood all topics. Next topic of this part, um, the revolution of the liberals on 1848, we will study in next part of this video next day. Thank you for watching.